Hello, friends and children. Welcome to another session of Home Tutor. I am your personal teacher, Nipa Nipin. In 8th standard, chapter 1 of history, we study how, when, and where. And the first topic is how important are dates, and we have already studied about this in the previous session. So please do watch that video. And now, today, we are going to study about which dates. Before going to the topic, let's discuss figure 2. It's an advertisement of Lipton's tea and coffee. In the picture, it is written, famous all over the world Lipton's tea, coffee and provisions. You can see a fort or a wall of Indian palace and Prince Arthur in the horseback to show the royalty of Lipton tea. Figure 2. Advertisements help create taste. Old advertisements help us understand how markets for new products were created and new tastes were popularized. This 1922 advertisement for Lipton tea suggests that royalty all over the world is associated with this tea. In the background, you see the outer wall of an Indian palace, while in the foreground, seated on horseback, is the third son of Queen Victoria of Britain, Prince Arthur, who was given the title Duke of Connaught. This was an ad created in 1922 and so happy to know that Lipton tea is still famous in the markets. This features of ad shows us how markets for new products created and it was popularized. Lipton tea was related to royalty. The royal people all over the world uses Lipton tea. This was the gist of this advertisement. So people should try the taste of royalness, and in the picture we can see a fortress of Indian palace and in the foreground Prince Arthur, third son of Queen Victoria of Britain. Prince Arthur was a Duke of Connaught. He was the former Governor General of Canada. A duke is a member of a royal family which ranked just below the monarch. They received such titles when they got married. Queen Victoria gave him the title Duke of Connaught. Okay, let's come to our topic, which dates? By what criteria do we choose a set of dates as important? The dates we select, the dates around which we choose our story of the past, are not important on their own. They become vital because we focus on a particular set of events as important. If our focus of study changes, if we begin to look at new issues, a new set of dates will appear significant. In the paragraph, it is discussed how a date is chosen and how it is becoming important. Each date that we select to write a story of past becomes important only when we focus on a particular set of events. Then again, when our study changes or when we start to study about new issues, then a new set of dates becomes important. For example, let's consider November 14. We celebrate November 14 as Children's Day. So the date November 14 became important after that. Then again, November 14 is now memorized as World Diabetic Day. So the importance of a set of date changes according to new issues. Consider an example. In the histories written by British historians in India, the rule of each Governor General was important. These stories began with the rule of the first Governor General, Warren Hastings, and ended with the last Viceroy, Lord Mountbatten. In separate chapters, we read about the deeds of others: Hastings, Wellesley, Bentinck, Dalhousie, Canning, Lawrence, Lytton, Ripon, Curzon, Hardinge, Irwin. It was a seemingly never-ending succession of governor-generals and viceroys. All the dates in these history books were linked to these personalities, to their activities, policies, achievements. It was as if there was nothing outside their lives that was important for us to know. The chronology of their lives marked the different chapters of the history of British India. Okay, in this paragraph, importance of dates are explained with the help of an example. According to the historians from Britain, they wrote about the significance of rules by Governor General of British India. There was no importance for any Indians or the activities of Indians. Their rule began from Warren Hastings and ended in the last Viceroy Mountbatten. The dates they wrote in their history books praised the activities, policies, achievements of British viceroys and governor generals. Each and every simple things happened in the life of British governor general and viceroys became history with dates. Can we not write about the history of this period in a different way? How do we focus on the activities of different groups and classes in Indian society within the format of this history of governor generals? Here, some questions are asked like, can we write a history other than Britishers? Then the other question asked us, can we write a history focusing on activities of our Indian society rather than that of governor generals, like freedom struggle, national movements, etc. When we write history or a story, we divide it into chapters. Why do we do this? It is to give each chapter some coherence. It is to tell a story in a way that makes some sense and can be followed. In the process, we focus only on those events that help us to give shape to the story we are telling. In the histories that revolve around the life of British Governor Generals, the activities of Indians simply do not fit. They have no space. What then do we do? Clearly, we need another format for our history. This would mean that the old date will no longer have the significance they earlier had. A new set of dates will become more important for us to know. So, a story or history is often divided into chapters to give some logic or consistency. Here, coherence means consistent. Thus, there will be a sense or meaning for the story. In such a method, we will concentrate to shape the story we tell according to our interest. So, when a British historian constructs a story about India, they will give importance to the life and events of British governor generals, and the activities of Indians doesn't fit there. In that point, what we will do is to write a history of India according to our format or conception. The dates will be arranged in the importance of Indians. So all dates will no longer have importance that is collected by British historians, and a new set of dates becomes important. Here, the activities, policies, and achievements of Indians, national movements, freedom struggles, all these will become important, and these dates will be marked in the history of India by the historians. That's all in this topic. And let's check out the figure 3. In the past, historians, writers, painters, all of them boosted or glorified the power and position of governor generals and viceroys. This is such a figure. This picture has been also drawn in order to show the power of a governor general. This is the first governor general. Let's read the paragraph. Warren Hastings became the first governor general of India in 1773. So when he became the governor general, a painter has drawn this picture. While history books narrated the deeds of governor generals, biographies glorified them as persons, and painting projected them as powerful figures. Okay, friends and children, now I'm winding up the session, which dates, and we have already done two videos regarding this chapter 2 topics. That is how important are dates and which dates from the same chapter, how, when, and where. And the next topic we'll be dealing is how do we periodize and what is colonial. So please do watch the videos continuously. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to get a continuation of this chapter. So whenever you subscribe the channel, please share it too. While you're subscribing, please click on the bell button for the notifications regarding each classes in the future times. And thank you very much. And the continuation of these chapters will be on next videos. Please do watch.